I'm Bex, and I'm going to be sharing a little story that I wrote with you. Context: superhero goes on date. Date goes badly. Superhero is now telling friend about the date. The work is called After Meeting on Grapple.com. Enjoy. You know what the first put off was? And I should have listened to that little voice in my head telling me I should be put off by this. The butler. The butler was giving me the bad eye. The bad eye? With the worst attitude. I don't think he liked my gills. But I ignored my instincts and went through with the date. After all, I'm not going out with the butler. And I couldn't help myself. Ross had that thick, black hair with the gray on the sides and that fancy way of talking. Real Bella Uomo. Good for you. What happened? So he takes me to his underground lair, like an aquarium, but just for us two, and we're having dinner underneath it. And I think to myself, this is lovely. He knows I'm at home underwater, and he decided to choose a place that we would both be at home with on our first date. And it really was nice. There were all these exotic, beautiful fish, except there was the shark that kept staring at me. I've never had a problem with fish, but this one did not like me. Not popular with the family, huh? Well, I'm trying to ignore the shark that is obviously mad-dogging me through the glass and instead talk to Ross. Conversation is going well, except he keeps bringing up this Karen. I get a little agitated, but I don't want to make a bad impression, so instead I decide to ask casually who this Karen is. He says, Karen is his wife. He doesn't seem to understand at first. He says, Karen doesn't mind. Karen's the shark. What? He says they're only technically married, that it had something to do with adding her to his collection, that customs was complicated, he had to get creative. He thought I would appreciate the humor in the situation. He's unique, I'll give him that. His best excuse. She's only around for demolition purposes. Those plans he had for the city he kept telling me about, this was one of them. To create a virus from the shark and unleash it on the city. And if that didn't work, enlarge the poor animal and drop her on it. Start from scratch, he says. You mean he's a villain? Wow. But you said you two had so much in common. I know! I keep going back to his profile on Grapple.com to see what I read wrong, but everything he wrote for himself was so charming and well written. I mean, let me give you the world? Sure, after he burns it. And that book we read recently, Making Friends and Influencing Others? We must have read it for completely different reasons. Goes to show what happens when you assume. I don't have the time to go out like everyone else. And I'm just waiting for menopause to happen. Is it too much to ask for me to go out to dinner with one nice, normal guy? But he likes you. I'm not saying he has to be a saint, but at least someone that I'm not physically driven to fight with. Did you? Yeah. He had this ray gun, and so did the butler. But I broke the glass ceiling and let the shark loose. She may not have been a fan of me, but a couple of blasts from her aquasonics, and suddenly she found her master to be a better chew toy. Which reminds me, I left my best pumps over there. So there you go. Hope you liked it, and if you do like it, stay tuned, subscribe or whatever, and I'll see about getting more out to ya. So, alright. Thank you for watching, and